Hi everybody, you're watching Axel Kowollik TV and this is Rock and Roll Rehash. It's all about music, show business and the consequences. Today I want to talk about a most central subject, and that is how to become a rock star. So sit back, relax and listen, because here it comes. Did you ever dream of being a star? I did. When I was 11 or 12 years old, I thought being a rock star would perfectly fit me. I didn't think of the consequences or the compromises. I just saw myself on a big stage and in front of me, the rest of the world. I was already a little bit of a rock star then, because there was this big window in my room, and at night when it was dark outside, and the lights inside were on, I could see my reflection. It was like a huge TV screen. All I had to do was take my guitar, put on a Led Zeppelin record, and I was Jimmy Page. And when I was tired of Jimmy Page, I put on a Rolling Stones record, and I was Keith Richards. Mick Jagger was easy. All I needed was a hairbrush. That was my microphone. I tell you, I was delivering fantastic nocturnal performances in front of my window. And with my headphones on, the sound was terrific. But because of the headphones, I couldn't hear my mother knocking on my door. Knock, knock, knock. Hello, can I come in? Haha, no way, it was showtime. So she was knocking again, and finally she came in. And when I could see in the window that she was behind me, it was too late. What are you doing? God, it was so embarrassing. Even more before I had a guitar, because I had to use my tennis racket instead. Another thing I didn't realize was when the lights were on inside and I could see my reflection, I could not look outside, while all the neighbors outside could perfectly look in. But the biggest problem was my sad, tragic haircut, because it was way too short for a proper rock star. I remember I was in the bathroom in front of the mirror. I was bending my head. I tried to reach my shoulder with my short hair, and I thought, yeah, I'm getting there. Soon it'll be long enough, then I can play in a beat band. And then my mother knocked. I had the door locked. Are you in there? Yeah. What you doing? I'm looking in the mirror. In the mirror? For half an hour? She sounded a bit worried. Maybe the boy's homosexual. Anyway, get ready now. Why? Because we're leaving. Where are we going? To the barber. I told you. Oh, please, not the barber. That was the worst. I mean, I looked like a total idiot when he was done with me. My hair was cut off and I had to start from the beginning. Something had to change. A friend of mine had something like a bass guitar, and we met about once a week because we had a jam session. And after 1 year or so, another friend joined us. He bought a drum kit, and that was the moment. Finally, 1972, we had our first real band, a real three-piece band, just like the Jimi Hendrix Experience, or like the Cream. No more pretending. I remember our first rehearsal in our drummer's basement. His girlfriend was there. She was nice, a bit shy. She was sitting in the corner, but you could see that she was proud that her boyfriend was the drummer of a real rock band. The second rehearsal was different. When we came there, the place was packed with girls. She brought all of her friends. From that moment on, it wasn't a rehearsal anymore. It was like a performance. We had an audience, a most grateful, female, good-looking audience. And they loved everything we were doing, no matter how miserable it was. Our drummer's basement became the Garden of Eden, with so many different fruits just waiting to be picked. Meanwhile, my hair had a tolerable length, and I had these tight black leather trousers, just like the ones Jim Morrison had. I was more concerned about what to wear than what to play. In other words, I was a star, and I loved every second of it. I mean, other teenage boys had the usual problems like, who am I? Or how can I get a girlfriend? Not me. I embraced my new self-styled identity. And it was like that through all my teenage years. I just couldn't imagine that this would ever stop. It was wonderful. Until, I must have been about 18, until my mother came in my room and she asked the most stupid question that you could think of. She said, "Did you consider what you want to do in the future? I mean, soon you will graduate. Do you have any plans? I mean, do you want to go to college? You never talk about it." And I wanted to say, what's wrong with you? I mean, don't you get it? I'm the greatest rock star there is. The sun wouldn't rise if I wouldn't sing. My future is golden. But I thought about it, and I hate to say it, but she was not wrong. I mean, no doubt I was the greatest rock star you could think of, but I forgot about the thing with the money. The money that I made as a rock star wasn't enough for rent, it wasn't enough for food, it wasn't enough for anything. So it was apparent I needed a plan B. And after agonizing over it for weeks, I finally convinced myself to study architecture. From that moment on, my identity was in danger. I mean, I kept on playing music, but money-wise, I just couldn't get things going. I even had major record deals at that time, but my songs didn't end up where they should have, at the top of the charts, not even in the middle of it. So my time was running out and my future looked grim. And then the telephone rang. And the guy says, "Hi, I'm Willie. We're looking for a bass player who can sing. We're playing Beatles and Rolling Stones." And I thought, it's a ridiculous cover band. I like the Beatles and the Rolling Stones, but they didn't play my songs, so why should I play their songs? I said, "Yeah, I can do it," which was a lie, because I never played bass before. But you know, the bass guitar is the guitar that you don't hear, so what's the problem? I asked him, "How many gigs do you have?" He said, 15 to 20. I said, "A year?" He said, "No, a month." I promise you, I never set foot on campus again. Okay, it was a compromise, but I joined the band, and from that moment on, I was a professional musician. And I must say, I never regretted it. Years went by, and especially in my capacity as a bass player and singer for other people, more famous people like myself, many of my dreams came true. We didn't sit in the band bus anymore because we were flying, sometimes in private jets, all around the world. We stayed in fantastic hotels. We played hundreds of TV shows. We left the clubs and started playing concert halls. Then we left the concert halls and started to play in football stadiums. For years we were playing in front of 60, 70, 80,000 people. Not many of my heroes had the chance to play in front of so many people. But I tell you, I have never been more of a rock star than I was in the 70s in our drummer's basement.